This program is brought to you by Bless Money. We work with top lenders to secure a loan that suits your circumstances at the lowest interest rate possible. Study and work. We have changed the lives of more than 5,000 students, trainees, graduates, and professionals by matching them with over 2,000 companies since 2007. 3B's Education and Visa Services. Our educational sector expertise will help you choose the right course and accomplish your studying dreams in Australia.
Namaste and good evening. This is Ryan Shrestha from the Ryan Shrestha Show. It's a show about things that matter. And today I'm here with a special topic. The topic for discussion today is small business rewards and challenges. And I have two very special guests today, Kiran Thapa, Dr. Kiran Thapa, I should say, and Santosh Adhikari. Before I introduce them to you guys, I would like to tell you a bit more about the program today. As you know, in Australia, there are lots of small businesses. In fact, there are about more than 600,000 small businesses owned by migrants. A lot of migrants get into small business because it's hard for them to find job in corporate Australia because of the lack of language skills, maybe a bit of racism, and when you get into a small business, you face a lot of challenges, but at the same time, it also comes with a lot of reward. And not like in corporate sector where you face kind of bamboo ceiling where you can't promote after a certain level. In small business, you are your own boss, and you get to put in the hard work, your creativity, your resources, and grow as much as you like. You could start with a small business, but one day you could be a millionaire, billionaire. And there are some really good examples actually. In Australia, out of the 10 top billionaires, 4 billionaires were actually migrants. They were actually refugees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So they came here with nothing. They started with nothing, and now they own billions of properties. Right. So let me first introduce Dr. Kiran Thapa. I haven't known him for a long time, but I have heard a lot about him. He has a very good personal image. A lot of people know him as a very honest mortgage broker because it's an industry where there are a lot of mortgage brokers who take corners, but he doesn't, right? Yeah. He's actually a PhD doctor, which is amazing. He has a master's degree in finance.
In development technologies from Melbourne Uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's engineering, part of engineering, civil engineering, yeah.
So you were a civil engineer, but you also did a master's in finance, isn't it?
And I did my master's in development technology, which was being offered by the Department of Engineering. So I was an engineer up until I finished my master's.
Right. And then you did PhD in finance.
Then I moved on to finance, leaving engineering completely behind.
Oh, okay.
Genius, Mr. Kiran Thapa.
Yeah, so you completely changed your career.
Yeah.
You got into finance, and then you started your own mortgage business.
That's
about 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And since then, as they say, it's history. He has done so well. He's already sold about how many $1 million worth of
I think it's
mortgage?
around $700 million.
$700 million.
Yeah.
And you have a portfolio of maybe over 1,500, 2,000 customers.
Close to 1,700 customers. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's amazing, isn't
amazing,
it?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's come to Australia as a student.
Yeah.
And then he changed his career. He got into finance, started his mortgage business, and where he is now is amazing. He has his own network of offices, so many staff, so many people he has mentored. So we have got a lot of things to learn from him. Right, Kiran? So you will come back to that in a minute. So let me introduce Santosh as well. And Santosh is another marketing genius. He's also a serial entrepreneur. He's been in the marketing game since 2000.
No, 96.
96.
Yeah, 25 years. Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
In Nepal.
Yeah.
He used to own a marketing advertising agency then.
It's still running.
It's still running there. So you're still running that business from here.
Sure.
Right. And he actually also owns a florist shop.
Yeah.
Right.
Flower City.
Yeah, Flower City is the brand name, and he also has a chain of Nepalese momo
Every small Australia.
fast food stores. Like he already has 2 stores.
Yeah.
He was in a a track to grow it exponentially, but due to COVID, things have slowed down a bit.
Very true.
But he's doing very well. His momo's like popular all over Sydney.
All over Sydney is going to be popular in the world now. Very soon.
Yeah, as you can see, like he's quite ambitious. He wants to take momo to the global market,
level, yeah.
like McDonald's. So maybe one day, you'll be competing with McDonald's head on.
You never know.
You never know, yeah.
Right?
This guy is limit.
Sure. I think I didn't miss anything. Kiran, you want to add something about yourself?
I think I'm recently involved in flower field, development of flower field.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Makmali.
We popularly call Makmali in Nepali. So without mentioning Makmali in my portfolio, I think it will be incomplete. So I just wanted to add one more thing, that I'm still doing mortgage broking, but I've just started diversifying into some other industries as well. And one of them being the flower field. We're developing that in Hobart, and we also have an ambition to take it elsewhere. So we have finished acquisition of few lands in South Australia and in Campbelltown, which is somewhere between Launceston and Hobart.
Oh, okay.
So like Santosh ji, I'm trying to take this from Makmali flower to the world, and then use it as a brand, and then create an enterprise around this.
Right, sure. Yeah, that's quite impressive. Like, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, okay. Right. So, and Santosh, you want to add something?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a flower city. Like, my background is Nepalese. Definitely, we all are Nepalese. So, the people do have some sort of perception regarding the flowers. Is in Nepal, like a lot of people, they come from India and they run the flower shop. Like a hawkers. They are everywhere. But the flower industry in Australia is quite different than what people think. Right. So, flower industry in Australia is like a $1 trillion business, and it's considered as better than advertising agency. Like I was running advertising agency in Nepal and it's still running there, but flower is more than that. I have seen a lot of celebrity florists. They are so popular, so popular, right? And not only that, like flowers is some people believe that flowers is luxurious product, but in Australia it's not a luxurious product. It's a basic product sort of thing. That's why I run my business throughout the year. So every week we are doing the similar types of business. So Mother's Day and Valentine's Day is the big occasion for that. That's flower related thing. And flower shop is like, people think flower shop, normally flower shop run by one person, husband and wife, but our business is a little bit bigger than that. What we do is we have a big retail store where third generation people come to buy the flowers, and not only that, limitation, we have like 35 IGAs. So I have independent grocer of Australia, so we supply our flowers to those independent grocer of Australia as well. So business looks a little bit bigger in the size, and and about the momo, like you said, like momo is a very popular these days of people, and it's like a national food of our country. And so momo we started in 2015, right? So 2015, and initially people were not believing that, oh, this guy is opening momo shop only, how he can survive. Even the old cyclist Pushkar Saha told me that time that, Santosh, I'm really surprised. How can you sell the momo only in this place? Like Parramatta, I can't believe it. But later on we proved it, that like we start to make the crowd of people out there, and we have a strong commitment, and we continuously do the research, because I'm from research background, and my business partner is also very keen on research. So that's why like we put our 100% effort to make it successful brand. So even in the this COVID period also, we opened the new shop in Westmead. So we are doing good on that one. So more will talk.
Sure. Okay. That's very interesting. So I've been to your both the shops. One in Parramatta and one in Westmead. I really loved your momo, but I think probably the ambience. Probably you could work on, that's my advice to you.
You know what, Ryanji, like one thing make me really, really happy when you give me the feedback about Parramatta store. You told me that you became a little bit of nostalgic. Right? That was a very positive feedback for me. Actually, you're right, whatever you deliver now. But the thing is, the problem is, the Parramatta store, they are going to destroy that one because the Sydney Metro is already occupied the property.
Yeah.
That's why we try to do something extraordinary there, but we could not do just because of that reason. Because tomorrow, like in 10 or 8 or 10 days time, we're gonna leave the store. So there is no point to invest extra money on the store which is gonna be demolished in near future. That's why you open Westmead store.
Yeah.
You like our store, right? You've been there.
We
still have to work it out.
It's good, but I think as you know from franchises like McDonald's, like they say the 3 most important thing for a successful franchise is location.
Yeah, I know.
Right. But I found your location in Westmead not very ideal.
Really?
Yeah.
No. That's completely wrong.
I have been to that store actually. Maybe due to the ongoing cost of some.
That's right. Kiran ji is very right. Yeah. Because what's happening there, I have got a very solid analysis about that.
Maybe for lunch crowd, it's good because you're next to the hospital and all. You get lots of like doctors, nurses as your customers. But I was there on a Saturday.
There was no people, right?
Yeah, there were none. I was there just at 7 o'clock, and your restaurant was about to close.
Yeah, I know.
And then I went to Harris Park.
Yeah.
Harris Park was so lively.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
No, I think the point he's trying to solve is you should have one more store in Harris Park. So don't only.
You know what?
Don't limit it to
you guys don't know what we are doing for that, right? I'm trying from the day first to get the property in Harris Park. I found 3 property, DA not approved.
I also agree with the answer on that. Like I've been to Harris Park at night, and then the ambience is quite different.
Yeah, I know.
And then you trying to promote Momo as a Nepalese, for food worldwide. Then there's people from non-Nepalese origin, they're selling momos. So how can that be possible? So you should be having one store
definitely.
in Harris Park.
No, we are trying. We are not getting it, Kiranji. Please, you are a mortgage broker, you are a financial advisor, just find it some places. I'm happy to do in Harris Park, but I haven't got anything.
So I think you have such a wonderful product. And if it's in a good location,
definitely. 100%. And what we realize after running the business of Momo, what we realize, we don't need a store like Westmead. We don't need that big spot. We also, because it's learning by doing. I'm not from the hospitality industry. I'm pure advertising student, right? I know advertising. I know business management and all these things. I don't know about restaurant. You know what I mean? So that's just trial and error thing, right? Now we are very clear what sort of place should be picked up. We are searching in the Westmead Parramatta as well. Just before Italy lockdown, 2 days before, we are about to sign in Westmead Parramatta. Have you seen that Coles just opposite of Coles there is one cafe? He was too struggling to run that business. We got that on $35,000, $1,100 rent only. That's all. Because he was in terrible condition that time. But we could not make a decision because Italy was locked down. You never know what's going to happen. That's why we stopped. So many things. As per our strategy, as per our plan, there are so many disturbances, hindrances, and all.
That's part of doing business.
So we are trying our best. We are doing all the opportunities, where we have to be. We did thoroughly research because I told you I'm from '96. I'm in research. I know what to do and all these things. But the thing is, we're looking for property here in the city. We'll get it now, but no point to be in the city at the moment.
Exactly.
We can get lots. I can get 10 places in the city. Before we try, we won't get it.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's the reality.
I think you got to be close to your customers as well.
That's correct.
Most of your customers, though it's getting popular, still Nepalese people.
I really take it very positively about you guys' suggestion. Definitely, that is our plan.
I think you need to take his suggestion as you need to have one of your stores in Harris Park.
We are trying. We'll get it. You never know, but it's hard. Not that easy. And another point for Harris Park is we have only one product line, so they have a restaurant. Say for example, like last time we went on Saturday, we went there, and I don't want to take the name of one restaurant. We went there, 4 people, we paid $200. But in contrast, if we open Everest Momo there, 4 people, how are they going to pay $200? You understand what I mean? You understand my point? The rent, the location, it's a big thing. Say for example, if you are taking my Momo, it's a handmade, fresh dough. How many Momo can you eat? Tell me. 2 Momo? $30, $40. You can't eat 2 plate Momo. You can't eat. Not everybody can eat. Maybe few people can eat. 5 people comes there in the restaurant. They eat 4 momos. It costs like $60. They spend. You know what I mean? These are the limitations there as well. So we are looking in Harris Park. We don't want the big space. We are looking for the small space where we pay less rent and we can run the business properly. But that's the model of the business.
That makes sense.
I think you want to be more like fast food.
Yeah, that's right.
A dining
Exactly.
place, you know.
Exactly. That's what we are looking for. That so we don't want
Those
to go into
restaurants you
places.
talked about, like, you know, you pay more, but at the same time you get service.
Yeah, I know.
They got live bands. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So that's very logical. You know what I mean? And we don't have an intention to add other product line because we want to establish our product as a Momo brand only. We don't want to sell anything. Even we don't sell coffee. See, we are very committed in our. We are not looking for the extra money, $100, $500. We want to make a little bit extra. That is not our vision. I'm making enough money from my flour. I don't need to jump into the restaurant industry. My objective is really big. Our objective, I would say, like I have a business partner. Our objective is really big. Pramod Rimal, he's engineer. You know, he's engineer. He's economist. He's designer. He's a photographer.
Yeah.
He's a multi-talented personality. He left Kone Australia job, 100,000 plus job, and came in and making the Momo now. You can't imagine that way.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's really,
that's what we are putting our effort. So you can
you have a
imagine
big
why
picture,
they are doing. Yeah, we have a big picture. Yeah, that's all. So far, 4 years time, Ryan G, I'm telling you very honestly, I haven't taken a single dollar from Everest Momo. Whereas 2013, I bought Flower City. In 3 years time, my life has been changed.
Let's go back to basics, right? So I also wanted to know, when did you decide to start your own business? Like, what was the reason? I'll start with Kiran.
I started business in 2009 actually, but I started trading in 2011. So I registered, as with everyone, the first thing you do when you think of starting a business is go and register a business name. And that's when I started in 2009. But I think it took me a couple of years before I started that business to come up with the courage that this is what I actually want to do in my life.
Right.
I think the turning point for me back then was I was working as a professional traffic engineer in Melbourne in one of the local council's job, and we had the GFC back then, and then council was the safest place to be when you have the financial crisis. I still don't call myself a hardcore engineer. I graduated with engineering degree, and I was one of the good students, by the way.
Was that because of your parental pressure?
Now looking back, I think I would say I never had that interest in engineering.
Right.
I accidentally happened to be in the wrong field. That's what I would say. But
is it because you like to deal more with people?
Yeah,
rather than
because back in Nepal you have no choices. Like back in old days, when you have got certain, let's say, division in your we would call it school living, sorry, SLC. You would either go science, arts, or commerce, and then there's a typical mindset that when you got this degree, then you go this course and that. So I was the first division, and then I got that in my first division, and I went into Tilsonda College for ISC, intermediate in science, and then after you finish your ISC, then the next course of action would be to go and enroll in engineering. And then I got into the engineering, and I was one of the good students, and I just when I finished my engineering, then I realized that I don't want to do my master's in core engineering, and then I started looking for soft engineering and other like MBA or the management side of things. It took me a couple of years to actually get the admission into Melbourne University, but I mean I tried 21 different universities. I never wanted to go into the core engineering. If that was the case, then I would have made to like some other universities prior. And then when I finished my master's from Melbourne Uni, it was in development technology, which was offered by Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, not the hardcore still, it was just some soft side of engineering. And then I started working as a traffic engineer in one of the local councils, and the news was like all about finance, like financial crisis, everyone was talking like the sky is going to fall, right? And after I came home, I was just reading the financial news. Daytime I was an engineer, and at night I was just a financial student, right? And then at one point I thought I should either stop reading these financial news, or I should get
a qualification in finance.
That's when then I thought, okay, what is the next course I could do to get into this industry? Because no matter whether you are a doctor or an engineer or IT professional, nurse, it doesn't matter. You earn money, and it's all about your money knowledge, and money management is a core thing. So that's the skill set you need to have, and that's when I decided, to come and do my upgrade myself as well into higher education and enroll myself of finance like PhD and at UTS, and that's when I started off the business. But my original plan was not to become a mortgage broker.
Right.
My original plan was to register a company and become a kind of like collective investment company where I would be managing funds for people, and then investing in infrastructure, some managed funds and so on. It didn't work out. And then I started thinking of, okay, how about I start, selling golds online? Not only not the jewelry, but it's gold, bullion, and bars, and then physical gold as well. And then that didn't work out. And then it started becoming a financial planner. I think 2010 I got my financial planning license. I was a financial advisor, and the Nepalese community was not ready to accept that financial advice back then. Everyone was just getting into their first step into the settlement journey, and even if they had any money, they would rather be investing in property, even in Australia. It was in Nepal because the property price was going through the roof in Nepal. And so I didn't see the market there. And then the fourth time lucky, and then I got into the mortgage broking. So I think the turning point to me was I had kind of confidence. I was struggling, to work as an engineer during the day and then reading all those financial news at night. But having said that, I was teaching in Nepal as a lecturer at one of the engineering colleges, and my subject was engineering economics. So I had a little bit of sense that I would be doing something in finance, but I didn't know that I would be doing the mortgage booking and then and everything is just an accident.
It was a really good accident. It was probably a blessing in disguise for you.
Yeah, that's why my mindset is that I would never restrict myself to any field. Let's say if I've got a PhD in finance, when I started mortgage broking, it's not a typical career path for finance for the PhD holder. I was teaching part-time at UTS and Macquarie University, and I was teaching financial management subjects. So the typical career path would have been to go and do some lecturer and become a professor. Then I left everything behind and I started mortgage broking. We just required certificate 4 in mortgage broking. Everything I did up until that point in time is worthless.
So you were highly overqualified for a mortgage broker, right?
Yeah, that's I used to,
because of your science background and your PhD. I think that helped you to become more smarter in your business.
I mean, look, I coming from science and engineering background. It definitely helps because it gives me because
you're a good problem solver.
Yeah, numerical, analytical, and then and along the way, I also made quite a good friends. So so that's why the only asset I built from my engineering career was the great friendship we had with my friends who were very supportive in my early stage of my businesses. So nothing goes waste, right? But the technical knowledge and the hard skills I acquired through engineering, I think obviously, as you said, I have a good understanding about probability and statistics, and everywhere you go, mathematical skills and analytical, this is very helpful. But it definitely did help. But I think when I started mortgage broking, we would require a mentor back then, and then still we need the mentor at the moment. But back then, and I would call anyone. There were not many Nepalese brokers in the in country back then, and every time I would call a new broker requesting to become my mentor, the first question they would ask, what is your background? I would go civil engineer, and then what are you doing now? And I was doing PhD. I didn't even have my PhD completed when I started broking. And then, do you have your own mortgage? No, I didn't even have my own mortgage. So no one would take me because I failed the qualifying questions already. But I mean, that was a kind of hurdle, but I managed to get through there, and then I managed to find a crack, and then I think I built everything from very zero. That's why I always tell people that even if you got everything taken away from me, I can start from zero. So a few days ago, I wrote a post about being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not about the $1 million or the $1 billion in a balance in your bank account, but the experience that you gain, the courage, the risk taking, the planning and strategy skills. Because even if everything is gone,
still you have something.
I've got those skills. I'll start from zero. So that makes your core very strong.
Exactly. I think some of the traits, the characteristics of entrepreneur is you got to be able to take that calculated risk. At the same time, you got to be ready to lose everything, even your house. Right. Because you have that vision, dream, and you just pursue that vision with so much passion. And you don't care about money.
Yeah, that's
like, you know,
right.
I'm also into business, and so, you know, to be honest, still now, I've never ever checked whether my salary has come into my bank account. You know,
No, that's right. Because I think
we never work for salary.
Yeah, that's right.
That
Sometimes you don't get salary for months.
Yeah, that's right.
When the business is not doing well.
Yeah, I completely agree with your point. I mean, business to me is a selfish statement. So, what is the lifestyle I want to live, and what is the legacy I want to, leave behind? So, I think, and for you to achieve that, I think you need to be crazy.
Sure.
You need to be prepared. It's it's I think all in, all out war.
Right.
So it can't be, you can't do it half-heartedly. So that's why I always suggest people, when you are thinking of switching from full-time job to full-time self-employment or full-time business, then there's obviously a transition period which you need to manage. But if you are trying to do both, then it doesn't work.
Yes, so you can't have two legs in two different boats, right?
So you need to be focused.
So in that period, in the transition period, did you have anyone to support you? Like,
no, my situation was that
were you married then?
I was married, and then 2 children, non-working wife, because she had to look after the kids.
Right.
And I left my full-time job, so the safest job you could consider back then in the local council, and then coming to do full-time PhD. I think the only support I had was the scholarship, which was around $20,000 a year while I was doing the PhD, and in Sydney around $14,000 would have been spent on rent alone.
Right.
So, and then I had to find a few part-time jobs, like doing the casual tutoring and so on, just to support my living. And one thing I greatly appreciate, and then which is a great thing to live in Australia, to those people who are considering to migrate to Australia and call this Australia home, is a social security. So back then, I having 2 kids and then not taxable income, the social security system is still good, and I really appreciate for what we.
So you went on a dole for a while.
It's not a dole. It's I wasn't qualified for that, but I think we
like family support.
So family tax benefits part A and part B, and also the parenting payment, because my wife was working, so that means and that's that, and I think that still is, and we have to respect that system. And when we are, and I think that it's our responsibility to send to give something back to those people who are actually in the same situation like me 10 years ago. So you don't want to get into that situation for the rest of your life. But that is just for the transition period until you make some other arrangement. So I think that was my great support. But again, everyone gets that support, but can everyone take that courage right now? Because that support is still around.
Exactly.
So you have to take that extra courage and close your eyes. No matter how much he's very good at research. No matter how much research you do, you have to close your eyes and take a dive.
Go by your gut feelings.
Without taking action, nothing is going to happen. Because I have seen, Jetstar, we have seen Qantas losing billions of dollars. We have seen Woolworths making billions of dollars of losses. They started that. I think the Masters was a store they came up with.
They were trying to compete with Bunnings, and they were targeting women. It was like not a right strategy.
That's right. So
not many women go and buy.
So did they have done proper research? Yes. I mean, did they employ all the top research? Yes, they did everything.
Exactly.
But sometimes it doesn't work out. So I think at the end of the day, you have to close your eyes, take a dive, and take that very first action, and you need to call, this is it. So I want to start my own.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
very interesting.
I really like your attitude that you want to help other people grow as well. And that's one of the good quality of a real entrepreneur. Like they pull people up, instead of pushing them down.
Yeah, I told you informally as well. Like I'm not only in the mortgage broking. I don't rate my success based on how much loan I approve and how many clients I have. But I also managed to produce so many mortgage brokers in the country who have been doing quite well. So they have been writing like $5 million, $6 million of loans a month. I have personally mentored 6 women brokers to come into this. It's very hard for them to look after the family and do all this entrepreneurship, and this industry is very male dominated industry, financial services actually. And then I have mentored them, 6 of them, and then I've got 3 of my staffs who worked for me for a few years. They are now working at Macquarie Bank and some other financial institutions, and they've got another gentleman working for some other lending institution as a senior career analyst. So I think I still mentor on 11 brokers. worker. So that's how I measure my success. So it's not only about how much money I made. Obviously, I make money. I'm in the business of making money, right? So have I fulfilled my responsibilities? To
you look at how many lives you change.
People, that's right.
Okay, that's cool. Very, very inspiring.
Changing lives, making difference.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Santosh, like how did you start your journey? I know you came to Australia as a dependent to your wife, right?
Yeah.
When did you start your first business?
Okay, so it's completely different than Kiranji, whatever my situation is. Like I started my business in 2003 in Nepal. So I'm an MBA graduate and I did MA in sociology and I was good in marketing, especially. So 1996, I started my professional career from MARG Nepal, which was Marketing and Research Group.
Right.
And then after that, company changed into Operational Research Group. And then again, it changed to AC Nielsen. AC Nielsen is the biggest research company in the world at the moment. So I was a part of that. But my department was quite different than real research. I was looking after the data collection procedures. Right. So I was a supervisor. So my job is to bring the accurate data from the field. So I do remember that 1998, Visit Nepal 1998, that time, I was doing, asking questionnaire, filling the questionnaire from the tourist in the airport, right? And but similarly, like on this 99, I guess, 99 or 2000, that time we were doing retail store audit all over Nepal. That the job was like, say for example, the big company like Coca-Cola company, they wanted to know how many stores they're stocking their product and what is the monthly sales volume, how they're going, what's the profit margin. They wanted to do that. So we did a sampling throughout the country.
So this is like service you are providing for Coca-Cola an agency.
Yeah, that company was providing that.
You're working for the company.
Yeah, working for the company that time, right? And then after on 2000, like I became supervisor that time, and I was leading like 20-25 guys. I went in Pokhara, and we were doing retail store audit all over Pokhara. That time, 3,500 something shops were there in Pokhara. We stocked those commodities which we were targeted for the research, right? So retail store audit. From that, like we used to sell the data to the company like Sweden Tobacco Company. Like for the condoms, we would sell to UNICEF and other organization, so many organizations, right? The Coca-Cola company for their Coca-Cola stock and cigarette, or so many products. Whatever the product was under that periphery, right? And then after 2000, like something happened. I was working there. My junior staff got promoted, and I was not happy with that. I lose my, I didn't enjoy that much. Then I quit the job, and then after I was just staying like that. That time my brother was in foreign countries, China, and got some connection with Chinese people and got some product. Like I was doing marketing in the New Road, New Road? Yeah. New Road on the third floor, I was selling clothes. I was doing whole day marketing. I was selling the clothes, and the first time I did excellent job, and next time they got not a good relation. That's why I have to quit that one. Yeah. Right? I started. That was 2000. Right. 99-2000, and then after 99-2000, and then after the same time, like I was looking for some opportunities, right? And Kishore, Kishore, right? So Kishore was that time like working in the eco advertising agency, right? And eco advertising agency was the #1 advertising agency. That number 1 or number 2? Thomson and Eco were the competitors. At that time, like the Ravi Lamithane was running one program called Dipen Sharma campaign about the fruity campaign. That time I just randomly went there, and it was time of Holi festival, just before Holi festival, and we went there. We had a lot of fun. We went to there in Nagarkot Dada. We went there and we had a lot of fun. And then it attracted me, like advertising. Wow! And then immediately after a while, I was staying like that, and then I joined Eco Advertising as an account manager. Yeah, I joined there as an account manager, and I was working in the team of Colgate Palmolive. So that time we were looking after Colgate Palmolive brand. So from there, I learned a lot about advertising because I already done my MBA that time, and MBA and marketing was my choice subject. So marketing research, MBA, and wherever you go, you meet the friends like that. So always marketing, and I'm a little bit of talkative person as well. I feel comfortable to talk with any people. I don't care whoever they are, king or peon, whatever. I don't care, and I do the same respect to everyone, no matter who is he. I don't care, and that is my personality, right? And then after I went there and did, and then after that time I was struggling. My family was not that very rich. My grandfather was very rich. My father time we were not that rich. Okay, family. So in Kathmandu, I was struggling. I was working and making money and paying my rent, helping my brother and sisters, right, paying their fees and all these things. And then after, definitely I needed more money. Then I switched to Korean's electro advertising agency, where I was working with one Indian guy called Sanjeev Sharma. He's best in advertising industry, and we're looking after United finance companies and LG television, all these things. And it was on and on like that way. And then again, I was looking for the opportunities. Right. Some turning point comes after that. And then after, I went to one company called Star Advertising Agency. There was one lady, and she came from London, and she saw the advertisement of the B product, B or something product, B drink, drink. She saw that ad and she liked that advertisement. Then after seeing that advertisement, she opened the advertising agency called Star Advertising Agency, and she was not educated that much. She didn't know about advertising, and I joined the company, but I was being paid more money, right? I joined that company. I will tell you, if you are working in the big companies and if you are working in the small companies, there is a differences I found. Yeah. When you work for the big companies, you don't have that much of dream to open your businesses. You want to be corporate, you want to wear suit and tie and all these things. When you go to small companies, you start to look the small things. You look after your account department, finance department, every department. You have many hats. And then after, what happens is that you build up that confidence to become an entrepreneur. So I became entrepreneur from that day when I joined there. Right. So I built up that confidence. And that time, one of my friends, Santosh, was working. He became very successful in Nepal now, in the advertising world. He became president of Advertising Association of Nepal as well. And he was working in Cranes Electra, and Kishore was working in Eco Advertising Agency, big company. I was working in the small companies. But they were dealing with the big brand, but I was learning the entrepreneurship. Yeah. You understand what I mean? Right. So I told them that I think it's advertising. We can open the advertising agency. Why not? You got a client like that. He got a client like that. And then Kishore come up with the idea of FM networking company. That's a Kishore idea completely. And Kishore was dealing with a lot of, FM station. That time, FM stations were mushrooming in Nepal, like everywhere FM station here and there. But the people, they didn't have that much of knowledge how to do marketing, how to approach the client. And that time, we were good enough because I was teaching in the Himalaya White House College, and Kishore was teaching in Capital College, Santosh was teaching in other National Open College and Liberal College. We were very qualified. And our English was okay, we could deal with the people. Maybe we make some grammatical errors and this and that. End of the day, we are the government school product. You know what I mean? So that's why it was running like that. And then after we approach, we accumulated 3 of us. We joined together and we just searched about the advertising and see what name is appropriate. Then we put MARS, Marketing, Advertising and Research Solution Private Limited. Done. Okay. Then December 3rd, we opened our advertising agency. Right. 3 of us. We joined together. We put a little bit of money. I had a motorbike. I sold the motorbike.
We have to cover so many things.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Yeah, okay. I'm fast forward now. Yeah, right. So we opened the advertising agency, and then advertising agency running very well. Yeah. So now I'll jump straight away. So 2003 we started. So 2008. Till 2008, we were doing really well. 3 of us, we were having private car. We were driving. That time, driving car was a big deal.
Yeah, sure.
A big deal. And we got the opportunity to visit so many good places like, Kantipur Publication were offering mountain flight, go to Fulbari Resort in Pokhara. And every day we were getting invitation, wearing suit and tie. Every night we have a dinner in Sulti, Yakaneti, Annapurna. We were like a celebrity that time. Right? Life was busy, interesting, everything. We saw everything. Yeah. But when I got married in 2006, I'll just come back. Before you married and after married, a lot of differences on you. You understand what I mean? So what happened is, before marriage, we were freak out. We don't have any responsibility. You're always dreaming. When you are in Kathmandu, you're always dreaming to have your own house. But the thing is, was not that easy to build a house, working with somewhere, and even the business house was not possible. Kishore got a house, Santosh got a house. I always have that strong desire to have a house in Kathmandu, but never fulfilled. We have a good life there, everything. Oh, you are driving a car, this and that. But always money is problem. If you want to go to foreign countries, means like for the, say for example, if you want to go to Delhi, you can't go. You can't even buy a ticket. That is the financial thing. And the other thing is, like, we learned so many things there, and we realized that if we go further, we make a big company, what are we going to get? Nothing. And 2008, the time, the people were flooded to overseas. A lot of people were flooded. And that time, Kishore and me, we had a talk, and we went somewhere, Jiside, I would like to say in Nepalese. Jiside, we just say, let's try what happens. If we get visa, we'll go. Otherwise, we are successful here. We can do better. I was working, teaching in the United, I was working in Himalayan White House College, and I was a director there in a finance company, right? And Marx's was there, so excellent. Nothing. 2 master's degree. What do you need, right? In Nepal. So that was the condition. But 2008, we applied. We came to Australia. Okay. Sure. So that's the turning point of life. When it comes to Australia, you want me to continue?
Yeah. So in Australia, you came and probably you did odd jobs for survival, right?
Yeah.
When did you start the Flower City?
Okay. So 2008, I came here in Australia, and 2008, 2008 March 14, I came here, and March 16, I came to Oli and Associates. That's my education consultancy. I went there upstairs. I had a little bit of chit chat, and then after I pressed the buzzer to come downstairs. By mistake, I pressed another button. So I reached to United Advertising. One Irish guy, tall guy, handsome, was just smoking, putting his cigarette on his mouth. I just come down by mistake. I saw that guy. I don't feel hesitate to talk with anyone. I just talk bluntly with him. Man, what are you looking for? He asked me. Oh yeah, I saw your board, United Advertising. I got some sort of emotional attachment with the advertising because I'm an advertising professor. I got a running company in Nepal. So he said, will you be interested to work with me? Of course, why not? And then after we have a little bit of chit chat, and then after I went home, and he told me to I contacted him. Next day I came for interview, and he selected me. I started to work. First day I worked, my supervisor was English guy, Baker. I still remember him. And first day I sold 3 credit cards. Right. Definitely my English was not good like now, whatever I have. I had an okay English, but I could talk fluently, but I could make a lot of grammatical error. I know that. I'm telling you now too. I'm not qualified like Kiranji. So, and then after what happened, that first day I sold 3 credit cards, then after my level of confidence went to the roof. I can sell anything. I came here, first day I sell credit card, and then I built a lot of confidence, whereas my supportive background is my marketing, and I'm specialized in MBA in marketing. So nothing can stop me, right? And then after I went further, and that time that I worked for 3 months, and in the meantime I was selling credit card in the Landco BP. I had 2 girls, junior, one Japanese girl, one Dutch girl. I was selling there. I was supervisor for them. I was standing outside looking.
So that was, you were still working for someone else?
Yeah, that time.
Because today we're going to talk about small business.
No, I'm just linking that things to you.
Can you just be?
Okay. So 2008 came in here. Then after I met a friend. And I entered into the flower industry. So flower industry, I got a casual work in the Flemington market where I met a lot of people there. And when I was working there, the owner of Flower City used to come to visit my store to buy the flowers. I made a good impression with him because I was very fast working and very, very reliable. I was working like my own company, and then he invited me to his business, and I went there, and I was selling credit card. I left that job. I was selling mobile phone. I left that job. I started full time there. I worked everything. I learned everything from there. And 2008. 2010, 2013, I worked 3 years over there. At that time, we were supplying flowers to Aldi, right? And 2013, the time has come. Like I realized I have got some, savings money, and I realized I can't work like this because I was a lecturer back in Nepal. I can't work a long time like this. Either I have to do the business or I have to quit the job. And then after I talked with my boss, and he said, but there was one thing happened that time they were supplying flowers to Aldi. If Aldi was there, I won't be on Flower City now. They lose the Aldi. They got a problem because they were not making enough money. Then after I was joining there, marketing, advertising, everything I was doing there, right? So my job was to build the business. I built up the business very nicely. I brought 50, 60 of IGA, the BP, because I already built up that confidence. And I got the business. Then after business started to run smoothly, but the company didn't make that much of money as Aldi was making. And then after the boss was making, he's a multimillionaire. He make a lot of money from flower business, right? 300 shops you were doing, and Aldi supplying a lot of flowers. And 2013, I'll tell you now. So 2013, what happened? I told my boss, because I'm working for the last 3 years, I need a break. I want to go to overseas. My in-laws, they live in Boston, so I want to go to Boston. I'll spend a couple of months there and come back. And then after, if you would sell me the business, I will buy the business. If you don't sell, I will quit the job. That was the deal, right? And my boss, because I was strong there, but I didn't know to make any flowers. I still had to rely on the florist. I didn't know because I was good in marketing. I was delivery driver. I was driving even truck. I was making the bunches for the wholesale, but I didn't know how to make the bouquet. Like Kiranji was telling before in our casual conversation, it's hard. It's a really hard job. My wife just now she's learning. In 7 years time, right? And then 2013 came, and 2013 April 2nd I got the business. I had a deal, I got the business, but that time, because I had calculated very nicely that how much I have to invest on this business, what would be the return. I had a very, very proper calculation there. So from 2013 April 2nd I acquired the business. But what happened when I acquired the business that time, I knew only wholesale part. I didn't know about retail part. My wife knew just two names of the flowers. Roses and the lily. That's all. Okay. That's all. And then after slowly we will build up business, and business was already built up there. I didn't need to do anything.
Right. The system was already there.
Yeah, system was already there. So just what I need to do is just to manage properly how much flower I'm buying, whether I'm paying right price for this thing or not, whether my florists are making a proper quantity, they are putting the flower there or not, whether I'm taking care of my customer properly or not, whether my online their presence is available there or not. All these things. But one thing very interesting. But for around 1.5 years, 2 years, we did not tell anyone that we own that business. You might be asking me why.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. Then after what happened, and we're just doing the flowers, like that is our thing. Like we're doing wholesale, retail, and all these things. So the florists were there. Three, four florists were there. Some South American, Italian, Australian, Lebanese. All the nationality. They knew about the flower. Even like my staff knew more than me about the flowers. I didn't know anything about the flowers. I just was selling the flowers in wholesale market. What happens? You sell the quantity.
Why did you keep it a secret? Like, why you didn't want to?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, because people won't believe us. Like, we don't know. I don't know how to deal with the customer about the retail, because we don't know much detail about the flowers. We don't know how to make the flowers. I was expert in wholesale marketing.
Right.
Wholesale if I go to the IG or Aldi, I can talk them 10 hours. But in front of my retail customer, they say, how do you mix this flower? My wife, even she doesn't know, because I already 3 years experience, but she didn't have any experience. 5 years experience I already that time. So that's why we did not tell. And when they see our face, like you told me in the beginning, casual conversation, race, all these things, that also counts, because Nepalese, what the hell they know about the flowers? What do we use the flowers? Just for puja, like this, tunga? That's the head we use in our Nepal. Who's gonna make the nice bouquet there? Here, like I have sold $1,300 worth of flowers to one customer, only one arrangement. How can I make that? No way I can make it, right? So that's why we just hide, because my wife was looking after the accounts and all these things. I was looking after the wholesale buying. So buying, I'm 100% sure that I bought the right product.
Right.
I'm 100% sure my wholesaler are happy. I'm 100% sure whatever the flower I'm putting in my wholesale bunches. And here, the florists are working. I know what sort of flower is the best they make. I know, but I don't know how to make. Like similarly, like a momo. I know the taste, but I don't know how to make.
Sure, but is that actually, probably not helping you, because you don't know how to make flowers, or you don't know how to make momos. So you have to do a lot of eat and trial to learn the business.
No, I'm totally against your saying, because
if you had known from the beginning, then probably you could have fast tracked your success.
No, I'll take it in a different way, right? So say for example about the flowers, right? I don't know only one thing, but I know 99. 1% I don't know, 99% I know. I don't know how to make the bouquet, but I know how to buy the flowers. I know how to manage the business. I know how to handle the human resources. I know how to do the research, marketing, sales, everything I know. Just only one thing I don't know, how to make the bouquet. I can have someone.
You can always hire someone.
I can supervise them. If I was doing the bouquet, I won't be increasing my business. Say for example, retail store, if you are a main person there, say for example, I'm making the momo and selling the momo, I won't grow. You will let someone to work there, then you can grow. Likewise.
Can I add one thing? He's like, it's a generic statement, nothing to his business. I think if someone is starting to start a business, then the more you know, the more conservative you will become. Right. So I think entrepreneurship, it's better.
Exactly.
Well.
Right.
So
he's just saying, if you don't know, you'll go ahead and do it.
I think you should always be prepared to fail. There's no doubt about it. And then the more like once you fail and how quickly you recover.
Yeah.
So it's again like trial and error, but the quicker you recover, then the faster you will be successful.
Yeah, that's right. Kiran is right. But in my context, like I knew a lot about flowers. It's not that I didn't know that. I knew everything about the flowers. Just only one aspect I didn't know, that retail bouquet, how to mix those flowers to serve the customer. For that, I need to hire the florist.
Now,
Because
I can give you like hundreds of examples where people have worked as an executive, say, for a company for a couple of years, like for tens of years, and when they go about becoming an entrepreneur and start their own business, then that's not
Kiran,
they have to go back to the work. So I think the less you know, the better your chance of becoming an entrepreneur.
I've got a solid example about that, right? What happened when you open the Everest Momo? I don't know how to make the Everest Momo, right? We are still there. The one Korean guy was a very celebrated chef. He opened Korean restaurant in front of us. 3 months he closed down the business.
I think the point I'm trying to make is I'm not undermining the importance of research here. But I mean, no matter how much research you do, you definitely fail. But you need to have an attitude of quick learning. So the quicker you learn, then you will fail again. So it's
and never give up.
It's not falling back; it's falling forward. So fall right. The quicker you do this iteration, the higher your chance of successful, and the quicker you're right.
And it's even better if you can learn from others' mistakes.
Definitely.
So you don't have to make your own mistakes.
That's what I'm making in the flower industry. Like what happening now in wholesale. Kiran, I told you very clearly that time, right? When you came to my shop, I told you wholesale. I'm not making any money from wholesale. I'm telling you, Ryan sir, I'm making money from the retail store. Retail got a 300-400% margin. Wholesale, you have to 30, 40, 50% margin. And I do the sell and return business because no one want to take a risk. Say for example, I supply flower to IG, all sell and return. If I would say them, it's not sell and return, they won't take it. You know what I mean? So sell and return goes, and then after you lose the money. But retail, whatever you sell, 100% margin, and plus never come back. You know what I mean? So that's why what I'm doing, I'm changing my strategy now. Whatever the flower I buy for the wholesale, rather I use that flower for online. Online is more better than even store, because in store you have to sell one flowers, customer coming, they spend your hours of time.
But I see a bit of risk there actually in that strategy, because this online thing is boomed only because of COVID. People usually don't buy flowers online, do they?
They do.
I think the online flower industry is one of the fastest growing e-commerce industries in the world. So it's very amazing.
Right,
I'll give you a couple of things. There were very few things.
Personally, I would.
I haven't bought anything.
I know very well about that. I have good answer.
I bought once online when one of my staff members' dad passed away in Melbourne, and then I had to send something to Melbourne. Then only I bought online.
So that's very strange. Like,
if you had to buy a flower for your wife,
I will tell you something about the online, because I'm on that in this, right? Say for example, your brother lives in America. You want to send flowers to Sydney.
That way, yes.
Australia, for the country like Australia, how many people are in overseas? The country like America, how many people would be in the overseas? Country like Nepal, how many people in the overseas? Say for example, I want to send. I receive a lot of orders from America. Even I got from Russia, Canada. Europe, most of the people, Portugal, I got order from Portugal. Sometimes we get order from Dubai. The family members are working here, they want to send the flower, somebody died.
I mean, that's the people.
Even here, people don't have time.
But even locally, they just, I think it's a booming. So it's something like if someone is trying to get into the digital marketing, that e-commerce business, then online flower selling is one of the industries to be.
And another thing is, you have to consider, like these days, customer satisfaction is the best thing. Today, I will give you the example. Today morning, I went to deliver the flower second time to some customer. What happened? My delivery driver confused. He put the flower somewhere else. Thereafter, whoever ordered the flower, they did not receive the order. They called me back. We did not receive the flowers. I say no, I send it. Next time they order. So it's my liability to provide the flowers so they can order again. So it's not like that online order, bad flower comes, and not like that. You have to be very, very careful while you're sending the flowers.
People can review you on Google.
Exactly. But a customer, face-to-face customer, you can sell them a little bit because you can convince them this and that. But the online, they just straight up, they don't know you. They don't know you. They haven't talked with you. If they get little bit of this thing, they will call you straight away. What the hell are you sending? You know what I mean? So online is more stronger now.
So just to inspire our audience, I want to know, like, what were the challenges you faced in the initial stage, like,
I think it's still the same. Like, it's a story. It goes 100 years. It's gonna be the same. The first thing is the finances.
Right. So you have cash flow problems.
Yeah, obviously cash flow problem. And then when I was starting a business, I even tried to build my own website. So
right.
I built my own logo. I didn't have any resources or access to build a logo.
So you designed the Capcom logo yourself?
Not this current version, but the original one.
Yeah.
So I had to design everything myself.
Yeah.
And then very limited budget to go on marketing. Big marketing, so I had to use Facebook and that platform quite strongly, and then quite naturally that has been very helpful. So I think one is the financial resource is the biggest challenge I faced, and then the second was also the network, because when I start something new, then it takes a while for people to
how did you build that network?
I think it's just it's very hard. Back then, like, I already had the friends and families, but it's very hard to win their trust, because I'm doing completely something different. So friends and families are just for other purposes, but when it comes to money, then people show their true colors, right? So it's very hard to switch their mind from one way to another. And then so gaining the trust from the customers was obviously the second challenge. And the third challenge is coming from ethnic, like a migrant background. It's very hard to get into the mainstream in the beginning. So I had to work on my own strengths, which was my migrant community. So I built up my businesses, and still I do have more than 95% of my customers from Nepalese background, not even, I would say 99%, but that was my strength, because I had to build on those strengths.
Do you also think that probably you were at the right time at the right place?
No.
Because in those days, a lot of Nepalese were
So you was not, I think right now is the right time.
Right now is the right time. Back then was like 2011, not many people buying properties. It was not even in their priority. So property price in Nepal was booming, when going through the roof, as I told you earlier, and then the people were buying, whatever saving they had, they were sending overseas and buying properties right there. So it's not about getting the loan through, it's about educating the customers, and then the importance of buying a house in Australia. That was where I had to spend most of my energies in.
Oh, you had to educate your customer.
That's correct. So, and then in our industry, in mortgage broking, we call the broker the hero. It's not by our outlook, or it's not by shoot or the tie or the car we drive. It's about the knowledge we present, knowledge we offer to our customers' disposal. So I think back then the biggest challenge was to gain the business, and that was to educate the clients. And then and obviously first few years of any business is very tough, and that's why many people give up in the early years.
So did you have to take any bank loans or use personal savings?
No, I was in service industry, so I didn't have my own office, so I started from my bag and working from home, like from a rented apartment, and didn't have my own printing machine.
So you started your business from your bedroom?
Yeah, that's right. And I didn't even have my own printing machine, so unlike today's bedroom, back then I didn't even have my printing, and I had to when I was doing my PhD from university, so I was using university's printer to print off the loan documents. So I mean, there are lots of challenges, but I think it all comes down to the numbers and the money. So the financial resources was one of the big challenges, and then winning the trust and educating the customer, and then obviously the environment wasn't supportive. So and being language as my English as my second language, and as he said earlier, I'm not qualified. I also come from government school, which is a public schooling system. I learned English in year 3 and even
year 4,
year 3. I think year 3 in my case.
I learned from year 4, I guess.
And then when I finished my SLC, I still didn't know how to pronounce nature. So I don't know if I pronounced it correctly this time, but back then I would call
Nature.
I would say nature. Like, I mean, I really had to work hard to get to where I am. So that's why. And these were the things, like being English as a second language, and not getting trust from the customers, and even the people like from mainstream not showing you not trusting you easily.
Did you get any like marketing help? Because I know your slogan was really catchy.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So when you are
something,
"Ghar kinchu matra भन्नुहोस्" was the slogan, because when you are faced with all these
that slogan is like a killer.
Yeah, that's right. So that's actually been quite popular. And then what happened was, when you are limited to your marketing budget, when you are faced with all these challenges, then something innovative comes up. So I had to find some way.
So did you come up with this slogan yourself?
Yeah, myself. I even wrote that by hand, and I still have got that somewhere on my Facebook post.
Yeah.
I even didn't know even how to write that Nepalese in the like I didn't know how to make the poster,
right.
and then I just wrote it by hand and then scanned it and then pasted it. So so when you are faced with all these challenges, then it's kind of survival instinct. Right. So everyone will come up with some creative. So that's why I even tell these things to people these days. When you think that you are really down, when you are limited to all these resources and you got nothing to do, then that's when the innovation comes up. That's when the good punchline comes up. So don't just give up and just listen to yourself and try to find some crack where you can rise from. So,
there's a saying, hunger is the mother of invention.
That's true.
The only thing back then I had in my mind was just to replace my salary. If I was working like as a lecturer, I would be earning X amount of dollars, but by becoming a mortgage broker, can I replace that income? So that's the only thing that you need to care about. When someone is managing the transition, that's the only thing you need to care about. Don't worry about making millions and billions of dollars, because that can
money will come automatically.
That can
hard work.
Frustrate you very well, because you're not going to make money in the first 2 years or 3 years, even not in your lifetime. So that's the fact. So I think don't put yourself into that big challenge for the first few years, and I think just try to get your basics right, and then later on, then you can actually work on those things. There's always continuous improvement, right? So there's room for improvement, and even right now, just before I came for the interview, I was just working on some of the business processes where I wanted to automate the process. So there's always room for improvement. Don't be like get to
you gotta have that continuous learning attitude.
That's correct.
Sure. If I look at your life cycle, I mean, you started from bottom and you went up, and then probably you made a good sum of money, and now you again at the bottom of another venture.
That's correct.
Right. So you usually, I mean, some of the people might think like you are crazy, like you're already doing so well. Instead of growing your mortgage franchisee or network, why are you going to Tasmania? And then you are investing in a business where you have no knowledge.
That's why when someone asks you what you do for a living, I go, I live my life. Living a life means letting your minds go crazy.
So you must be burning money at the moment.
That's correct.
Well.
That's correct. Doing things that you want, and doing things that you are passionate about. And then I'm not it's not a hobby farm. It's not something that I want to burn my money, but I've got some very serious business interest behind. I don't tell them, publicly, because there's obviously some commercial inconvenience. But I mean, I have a very strong vision. I know what I'm doing. But as I said, I just don't limit myself to one profession or another. I don't call myself a doctor. I don't call myself an engineer. I don't call myself a mortgage broker, because I'm just living my life. If there is something I'm passionate about, just follow and go very crazily. And I'm 100% sure that I'll get somewhere. It may not be in the exact shape that I wanted, just like how I started my business. I wanted to become a collective investment company, but ended up becoming a mortgage broker. But this will also have some good ending. So I think the point I'm making is you need to take that action. It's not about planning and whether this is right or that's right. It's not about right or wrong, because nothing is right, nothing is wrong. You just go and make it yours. So I think the dream that I have is go into that field and make it a global brand, and then once you have got that, then build an enterprise around this, and hopefully I'll make even much more money than this. But again, money is not the only goal that I chase.
So money doesn't motivate you that much.
It's a happiness. Like say I'm creating a flower field. When you are in the flower field, right? Then opening a flower field is a kind of happiness to me, right? Rather than running a gaming venue and the poker machine and all these things, I could have made more money from that. With my resources, with my knowledge, and with my access to investors, I could have easily got the license for that. And I'm also certain that it's a 97% of certainty of making money in that business. But while I'm making money, there are lots of other people who are being ripped off. They might be losing their families, or they will, committing suicide. So, but compared to that, when you are creating a flower field, I'm happy from inside out. And what I'm doing now is I'm spreading that happiness to the world. So that means when you have got a good vision, which is based on very genuine ground, then success should come. So success is not something you just wait for luck, or it's just something that you make it happen.
Like from my understanding, I don't see you actually building a flower garden. You're actually investing in a tourism business.
It's our ecotourism project. I mean, we call this agri-tourism as well. Like when we have the flower field, then we'll get people to come into a flower field, like take a bike ride and take a photo, all the Instagram worthy places for people to take photo. We'll have the cafe, we'll have romantic lunch and dinner packages, we'll have the glamping destination.
Right.
And it's not only limited, we're starting from Hobart, but that is the first project that we want to get it right. So once that is set right and it's in operation, then we're going to take it elsewhere as well. So the same brand would go elsewhere too. So obviously, yeah, it's a flower is something that we want to start with, but the selling flower is not our primary source of income. So the main source of income would come from
selling more experience.
Exactly. So people are, just, if you want to have treat your Valentine, or if you want to treat your partner for, like anniversary or birthday.
Instead of giving them a bouquet, bring them here.
That's right.
And do the glamping.
Yeah. So having said that, I might come up with some other punchlines as well for those flower fields, but
Kiranji, you will open one Everest Momo store over there.
All right. Sure. Yeah. I mean, and you can definitely help him with the wholesaling of flowers.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in touch with him, and we also discussed what because he's in the industry already. He knows the flower industry. And then I just discussed with him about the potential and how we can take it to the next level, this and that.
Right.
And he's been of great help. So,
Sure. Okay. So I think let's move on to Santosh. Santosh, actually, you have two businesses that you are actively running at the moment in Australia, right? So you have flower business and then you have the Momo business. I think earlier you said Momo business you're still trying to grow.
Yeah.
So is it like you're subsidizing your Momo business with your flower business at the moment?
No, actually, what's happening is I should say Momo and flower business. I say head and heart.
Right.
I take that way, right? Momo is a heart.
But financially,
Momo is a heart. Flower is head. Means about the monetary matter, flower is helping me a lot, right? I'm making good money from there, right? It's not like the investment I'm investing millions of dollars and making hundreds of thousands, not like that. Whatever my investment, the return is really high, right? So the flower business is giving me a lifestyle, like some people. I live in Sydney all the time. I spend quality time with my family every day. I can drop my daughter to the school. I can pick them. I can sleep with them together. I don't need to leave one single night outside. So I'm enjoying my life with the flowers, right? So about the money, like the money is certain elements we needed money, but there is no limitation about the money. So I never go for the money to make a lot of money. I never had a dream to make a lot of money. I will be millionaire, billionaire, never like that. I always believe in happiness. What brings you more happiness, right? But having said that, still you need a money. So whatever the money I'm getting from Flower City is more than enough to live in Australia in a fantastic life. Right? So far, whatever the money I have, that is all from flowers. So whatever the money I got from flowers, that I'm investing on the Everest Momo, because Everest Momo, I'm not making any money, but there is attachment at the heart. Because how the Everest Momo...
It's something you created from scratch.
From the scratch. It started from my kitchen. It started from my kitchen. My wife used to make very nice momo at home. And I was always teasing her that I'm a person, I'm a brand person, right? I like the brand, right? I'm a branding person. So then after she was making the nice momo at home, I used to tell her that, oh, it's very nice momo. I go everywhere, I couldn't find that taste. And one day I was joking with my wife and said to her that if we sell this momo, we make a restaurant outside, people will buy this momo, they will eat and they will be happy like that. That is the main motivation I got from the momo, right? But the flower is accident. Flower business is accident, I would say. Say for example, I came to Australia, I told you my story before, I joined Flower City and worked there. I developed the concept, and my boss was a 7th grade holder. He from Lebanon. He came from a very low profile, and he make millions of dollars from that flower business, and then he jumped into the property business. He make again another. And I always had a dream to get that shop. I was always thinking about that because I got a business mentality from 2003. I established my business there. So I came to Australia. I was very clear that one day I will do the business. That was not all of a sudden I create the business. I had a long-term plan to do the business. So when I enter into the business, even I told my wife that one day I will take this business. I was committed on that one. I was working so nicely on that business that the owner was liking me a lot, right? And I performed everything very excellently. I was working very fast. I was very honest with him. Whatever the money he was paying, I was returning more than that, right? And then after 2013, I took over that business, and I went up to 2017, right? till 2017, I completely established that business very nicely. So 2015, I did another attempt. I opened another flower shop. I bought another flower shop in Liverpool, and I branded that one Flower City. I run for nearly a year time. Right, that time I went to holiday again to America, because I go a lot of holidays. Every year I was making holidays, because I want to live like a balanced life, not like chasing only the money, always running around for the money, to leaving family alone like that. I'm not that type of person. I have got a very strong sense of that feeling. Maybe I'm a sociology graduate, so I did a master in sociology. Right. I try to maintain the balance between family, friends, everything. I make very balanced, and I should say myself,
that's one of the benefits of having your own business.
Yeah.
You can have work.
And I should say myself, like I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs.
Like you don't agree.
I'll continue. A lot of dreamers. I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs. They are two big dreams, but they chase the one dream that they're missing so many things behind. I have seen so many dreamers, but I'm not that type of entrepreneur. Like I want to be an entrepreneur, like a social type of entrepreneur. I look after everything. I do donate the money, for the charity. We have organized a postgraduate society of sociology and anthropology. I have got that group in Nepal. They're running. They do the social work. I go every time in Nepal. I donate the money. I donate here and there, everywhere, whatever my capacity, right? And even that organization also, that is not my capacity. Still, I'm doing that one for every small month. This one,
thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay. So that is the thing. So I always try to make a balance. And the 2017, the time come, like I was already established in the business. I tried another in 2015. That did not go well. Then I had a hell lot of time, because I have a delivery driver. So I go in the market 3 days a week. I get a flowers, and by 9 I'm free. I don't have to do anything. And retail delivery, someone else is doing there, right? So I have free of time. So I thought that's too much. I'm running the business. I'm being idle. If you stay idle, you may spend a lot of money. You may be frustrated. You may be depressed or something. Then come up with some idea with open the Everest Momo, right? Pramodji was telling something different brand name, but I like Everest Momo because that is a strategical name, Everest Momo, because I don't need to promote Everest Momo. It's already promoted by someone else. That's why I could not register Everest Momo. I put Everest Momo Australia. Right, so Everest Momo Australia, register, bang, done. Then after we firstly we started to do the frozen momo to supply all over Australia.
In that aspect, can I give you some criticism?
Yeah, sure.
Like when you use the name Everest Momo, right? Do you think somehow you're doing a favor to Everest Momo in Nepal?
No, I'm not doing.
Because people might look at your brand as a me too.
Yeah.
They might say it's Nokali Everest Momo.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about that things. Ronzi, you know what? As long as I am differentiate my product with Everest Momo Nepal, as long as I'm giving quality better than Everest Momo Nepal, as long as I'm doing excellent marketing strategy for Everest Momo Australia, I don't care about those things. What I do care is how I'm functioning my business, whether my customer are liking or not, whether I'm getting benefited from there or not. You know what? That's why I have a big plan. Like I'm not a millionaire. I don't have money, but I know it can be a millionaire business one day. It can bring millions of dollars one day. I'm confident, because the reason, this business, you don't have to invest. You don't have to buy a big investment. You don't need to buy anything. You just need to know one friend who is capable enough to run the business. I know a lot of friends. Say for example, maybe I told you guys, I've got one friend, a lot of friends in the New York City. New York City, we have there is a called Jackson Heights. I've been there. Like it's like
India Town.
India Town. It's worse than Harris Park, right? I've been there several times, right? And if you go there, whatever the quality mama I serve there, they will queuing there. That sort of quality they eat there. You know what I mean? So I know one guy, maybe you know Ranjan Adhikari, do you know? He's an image channel director. He is in America, New York. He told me so many times, Santosh, bring your mama here, bring your mama. One guy, my senior guy, is in Dubai. He said, Santosh, can I buy franchisee? One guy, a research director, GFK research director, Sagar Tamang, he's my senior. He's a head of research in Australia, New Zealand, a lot of places. He came to Australia. He tasted my mama. He's my motivator as well. He motivates me. Santosh, bring to Singapore. Singaporean people, food habit. They don't have time. If they cook themselves, it takes a lot of time. So you can eat it.
But let me tell you something. Like McDonald's is successful not because they have the best product. McDonald's has the rubbish product. It's a simple burger, 2 buns, with a beef patty or chicken patty. Right? They're successful because they are in real estate business. Because they open shops in right location. They're successful because they're very good in marketing. And they're successful because they have an operations manual.
Yeah.
You know, even the kids can go and work there, make burgers. And you pay them peanuts. Right. So that's why they are successful. So it doesn't matter you have the best momos. Doesn't mean that you're gonna take over the globe. You know, so you're gonna work on so many things.
Right, sir. Yeah, you're 100% right. But the thing is, you're comparing McDonald's with Everest Momo. That's not gonna happen. That's a completely wrong comparison, right?
I'm telling you this.
First, listen to me.
Sorry, your friend in Singapore wants it.
No.
Your friend in New York wants it.
Definitely.
Your friend in Nepal wants it.
You will see one day. You will see. I'm confident. Like however Kiranji is confident, I'm confident too about my product. I know the depth. I know the knobs of my product. Right? McDonald's. Have you seen the movie? One Hollywood movie about the invention or something like that. Invention or something. Did you watch that movie?
No.
When in the initial stage, what was their condition? 100 years, 100 Coca-Cola. The company are the tool. I'm not talking. I'm going to take my momo to the world in 2 years, 3. I'm not saying that. If I not take, my son will take. My daughter will take. If I'm not taking now, I will take in 10 years. I'm not saying that tomorrow I'm taking it. I'm building my brand now. I'm building my brand slowly.
I think everyone audience can learn from McDonald's. Just we just happen to bring it into discussion. Is that I think everything I agree with him and your plan as well. One thing I really look at McDonald's differently is that the way the business model is different. What they have is, and that's what most of the Nepalese businesses, and including myself, need to learn from them. One is they've got one core product which is being sold at very cheap price, or maybe at break even, or even at loss, which is their burger. So you don't go to McDonald's for free, like for drinks. You don't go to McDonald's for fries, right? So every time you go and see the advertisement, they always promote that as the core product. But once you are there, even if you can even buy a burger for $3 or something, right? If you don't want to buy drinks or cheap, that's fine. And by selling that burger for $3 only, they're not making any money out of that. But what they are confident is that by promoting the core product, people would also have the tendency to buy the other cross product, which is the drinks and the fries and the ice cream, and that's where they make the money. So if I were to sell momo,
you told me that before as well.
If I were to sell momo,
I
would sell momo only at the break-even cost, which is maybe $5, $6, whatever it cost me. So I would just sell them the basic momo set with like basic sauce, right? If you want to add a drink, $2 more. If you want to add some different sauce, $2 more. That's why the McDonald's has the money. So you always focus on one core product, and then and that's what other products I call the profit maximizer.
That's right.
So I think that's where we need to learn from McDonald's.
I know about Kiran, but I would say this thing this way, like we are selling, you're right, we are selling, before we were selling $10, now we increase our price to $12. That's the basic product. But our the fancy product goes to $22. Like goat momo, if you want to have a goat momo, goat sukuti momo, you pay $22. So our basic, that $12, jhol momo, it's too cheap. $12 in context. If you go to McDonald's, if you eat a burger, $13.95, you'll have nothing in your tummy. But our is fresh dough, and you put there into the soup momo, you will be full. I can't eat. I'm 80 kilo. My weight is 80 kilo. One plate momo is enough for me. I pay $12.
That's what I mean. That's a technique. That's the strategy I use in my business.
You're right.
When I was doing a mortgage broking, as a mortgage broker, I was qualified to sell car finance. I was qualified to provide advice on other stuff too. But I always focused on home loan. That's even residential home loan. So when people remember me, they remember me for the home loan. And then when they come to me, then I can sell them other products, right? But I don't have to go back, go to the market saying, hey, I sell this, because that's where the McDonald's has owned the rest. And then now other businesses are copying their model. And most recently, we can see 7-Eleven selling $1 coffee. People go to buy a coffee for $1.
Yeah, there's a
and then they also buy
term for that.
But Kiran, still they sell a $1 coffee. Still they make 65 cents per coffee.
There you go. So you can make money even for the core product. You see? So how good is that?
In marketing, there's a term for this. It's called a loss leader. Loss leader means you have one product that really sells at a loss.
That's correct.
And then you make profit from other products.
That's right.
This idea has been practiced in Nepal by my grandfathers.
There you go.
They were in business, like in grocery business. There's a saying in Newari. Zaki Diana Kien Kwao. you take a loss in rice and you make money from the dal. You know?
So like, you haven't seen my shop. You haven't been in my shop. We sell two bunches for $10 in Flower City. I don't make money, penny from there. But the people who want to go to the cemetery, they buy my flowers. But when the Mother's Day comes, they spend $100. When Valentine comes, they spend $200. We are adopting that strategy as well.
And in the past, like McDonald's, what they used to do was they used to target kids at Happy Meal because the kids would bring the parents.
That's true.
Right. But now those kids have grown up. So that's why McDonald's is also changing. Now they're more into cafes.
I think, and one thing that is worth mentioning here, clarifying, as you said, is McDonald's is in the real estate business. So they've got the prime location. They actually own it.
That's true.
They buy it. McDonald's is the largest real estate owner. One of the largest real estate owners companies in the world. So they've got the prime location. They own it and they rent it out to their franchise.
And you know what they do?
So I think that's something that we need to learn too.
That's true.
They sell maybe you can do this in the future when you go global. They first sell.
It takes a long time. I'm not saying that tomorrow. Don't take me otherwise.
Franchise, right? So the franchise, you only get royalty. Right. You get royalty by 5% or something.
10%.
And then
8%. There's some Indian restaurant they are taking 8%.
And 3% you have to use for marketing. Right. And when that franchise does really well, then you take over.
Okay.
Then they become like a licensee. Then you actually own that place. So that's the strategy they use.
That's correct.
First, let someone else take the risk, run the business, and if they do really well, entice them with some.
Right, so maybe.
But having said that, I want to put a word of caution here. There's lots of bad impression about the franchise business in Australia as well. So having a small business operator, we should always look for our fellow franchise operators. If we happen to run our
so many franchises fail as well.
We look after them as well. So
they show too much green.
So it's kind of like we need to make sure that we make more money, but it's still they are well looked after. So we shouldn't be very kind of like selfish just to make money.
You're right. Kiranji is absolutely right. That's why we if we need to do franchising, we have to hire the lawyer. They do the research and what is the profit margin. That's why did I tell you before or not? The New South Wales government is supporting us because of their light rail there. It's disturbing completely our business. So one guy, English guy, he's very very export safe, and they got a top marketing people also behind me. So they help me to develop the strategy. So whatever happens, I will let them know this is happening. Now I already informed about this event. I told that Tim Noy, his name is Tim Noy. He's a very good safe all over the world. He's been to London, France, every countries. And Tim Noy, if I call him now, he'll receive my phone calls. Right? I already update these things that I'm doing. This is it's a big event. You coming the Socceroos as well. Wow, that's very exciting. So can you help me? I have got a lot of Nepali journalists. Can you help me to get Australian journalist, real journalist, to cover our program? He said that I'll talk with you. And Sue Walls, her name, if you search on the Google, you'll find Sue Walls is the top marketing person. I'm going to talk with her tomorrow. I might fix an appointment with her and talk, because I know marketing, she knows marketing. She knows more than me. I definitely. She's from Australia. She works in London and America, everywhere. So when I meet with her, and that time I will tell her that we need the media, because Nepalese media is limited. You know what I mean? Once you get the local media from here, so once the people know what is Momo, and then our opportunity opens. We can't open the franchising now only depending on Nepalese people. We can't do that. That's all right. So what I was telling you is that I'm not talking big, that I go talk to here. There are a lot of things, I know, a lot of things, a lot of complication. That guy is constantly guiding me what to do. But my dream is to sell franchising, because I'm a marketing person, right? Always, like, I'm a marketing person, I'm a brand guy. So I want my brand to be sold, no matter what I have to do for that. That is my goal now in my life. I don't have anything to sell about Flower City. Flower City, I don't want to sell franchise because I can't do that. Whatever, but Everest Mama, I will sell it. I will prove it one day that I can sell franchising. That's my determination. And the determination, not only me, behind me, my wife. She's smart, very smart enough, right? My business partner, he's a genius, right? So not only me, I'm supporting hand. I'm the front face. Like, I'm an actor, they are the directors. Right. You know what I mean? I'm the actors, I'm the front face.
So your wife is the one pulling the string, you're a puppet.
No, that's a very wrong terminology. But I think you're right with it. He's a visionary, and she's the integrator. She's the one putting everything in there.
I take the action, they support me. You know what I mean? So I initiate everything. Everest Mama is sole me and Pramod, not my wife. She was in Boston that time when I informed her that I'm opening the Everest Mama, because why? because you are the best chef, my darling. That's why I'm opening.
Okay.
Look at that.
Right. Yeah, that's really
So,
good.
So
I mean,
we'll make
that's
it.
the
We'll make
passion
it.
that.
But I need your help, Ryan. So I need
successful.
Kiran's help as well, because if Kiran's that Makhumali garden will be florist, booming the flowers. Please, I need one stand. You take my stand, I will sell your wholesale flowers. I know better than you about the flowers.
So you got
How
the
to sell.
already.
Let's seal the deal.
You know, Ryan. So I know the person.
Yeah.
I know the person in the flower industry who sell 30% of market share of whole Australian florist industry. Means if I introduce him, he can push his flower easily.
Yeah, sure. That's how you.
Kiran, you got me. You try to make a good relation with me. I'll be helpful for you.
It's a business, In business, we never have bad relationship with anyone.
So for any business, marketing is very important. Marketing and publicity, right? So did you use any marketing agencies or?
No, I didn't. As you said, like marketing and sales is the backbone of any businesses.
True.
Having said that, I would consider myself to be very fortunate to be in a position and without using all help from any external agencies. But having said that, I researched nights and nights. So all people always look at me where Kiran Thapa is today, but what they don't look at me is that what he did before I let's say if I'm making $1 million in 1 year, that's not the $1 million that I've made in 1 year, but there have been like years and years of research and the hard works and the failures and then the frustrations, and so that's why when you said business brings you the work-life balance, that's partially true, but having a business is also a kind of burden, so you never sleep.
So
it's like when you have a laptop,
you work 24/7.
That's like the good analogy.
Even when you're sleeping, you think about
exactly. Just a laptop, right? When you are operating and you just put it on the sleep mode, it is sleeping, but it's still the back-end system is still processing. So I think having a business is that. And then when I built my marketing and sales strategy, I have done all the research. I have been to so many trainings and I have done so many online trainings and webinars, read books. So I think the best thing anyone can do if they are thinking of starting a business or they're already in the business is spend most of their time in sales and marketing.
Right.
But you also need to have a back-end system to support that influx of clients. But that's where our focus should be. So these are the
especially in the food industry, like publicity is so important because people don't believe marketing. They don't believe ads. They believe it when someone else says good things about it.
That's right. Very, very true.
That's why you have to get the journalists to your restaurant. And let them write about your business.
Ryan sir, maybe I have shared on the Facebook about that radio show, that radio show.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Chris Smith.
Chris Smith. You know what happened? Like Mother's Day. Mother's Day one day before my birthday that day. I got a call from my wife that someone called from what radio station?
2GB.
2GB. 2GB calling me. Oh, I was so excited. Oh, I want to talk. No problem. And the lady called me straight away and she asked me. I told her more about Momo than the flowers. We are doing this. I'm a marketing person. I have to do. I have to do the marketing of the product. And she was very impressed. And then after she told me that we are doing this. Old lady she's completing her 100 years of thing. Your flower shop is there. Would you mind to supply one bouquet of flowers to her, and we'll just plug into the thing. And no worries, it's all good. And then next day we just deliver the flowers, and they told us that this time to this time that this program will be broadcasted. He said 3 times Flower City.
Okay.
Because there is a difference between advertising, publicity, right? Publicity is a different thing. It happens itself. Than publicity.
More like free.
Advertising means you are paying. So paying
and more gravely.
Well, that's the publicity I got. That guy, I told that 30% market share they have. I went in the market today morning and I saw them, look at this, what I did. Oh my God, you did a very good job, man. How much did you spend? No, that's $25. How $25? Because my cost is $25, but that $100 flowers worth. But the thing is, it's not about the money. Whatever the mileage I got from that time, that prime time, Chris Smith is very famous. He's a very famous journalist and the #1 radio station. He said that much is big thing. He said one time, I can see 1 million times on my media page.
I think for you to succeed in a business, as I said, like you need. I always look at 3 things in any businesses that I'm involved in, and you just like mentioned like mortgage broking and the flower field. So you might be seeing more and more of my different versions down the track. But the three things that I always chase for is obviously the product innovation, which we just innovate leadership, product leadership. So if you are leading in that product domain, then obviously there's a high chance of success. And then second one is the
you have to be the first.
The technical because the competitive advantage.
Early bird gets the worm.
That's it. And then second one is the operational excellence. So no matter
that's
so how, and the one thing that is really praiseworthy about McDonald's is that they're making like the average sales is not that much, but they're making money out of that. So high volume, and then low profit margin. So you need to be operationally excellent. And then third one I'm looking at is customer intimacy. So just like you said, like word of mouth, whatever you say, like we have seen people fighting, against one another just for a brand of beer, right? So one is drinking one brand and the other one is drinking another brand. They also support each other. So are you iPhone user or the Samsung user? The people want to take a fight, right? So that means that type of customer intimacy. So I always want to find out the product leadership, customer intimacy, and operational excellence. If you can, get the balance of all of three, then bingo, you become a millionaire, a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. Even if you can manage to get only one of them, you still have a very high chance of succeeding. So I think these are the things.
Those three things are the secret to success.
That's correct. Yeah.
Like operational efficiency.
And then the product leadership,
and
the customer intimacy.
In terms of product leadership, like when you have product leadership, then you have to educate the customer.
That's right.
Right, because there's no demand.
So, for example, if I were to run a Momo store, for example, I'm not a product leader, for example. I mean, I might be getting a different version of Momo. That might be the problem. But Momo in general is not a product leader. Then what I would be looking at is, okay, how do I get the customer intimacy? How do I get the operational excellence?
Right.
Yes. No. There is. I have a good view about that. I'm not. But you said that Momo is not leader. That's why we are trying to differentiate our product. That's called USP, unique selling proposition in marketing language, right? What our USP is completely different than other people. First of all, we started fresh dough. When we started first time, nobody did that. First thing. Second thing, we come up with so many varieties. Second thing. Third thing, we were selling just Momo. Nobody did. Nobody have got courage so far till date now in Australia. Nobody does Momo only other than Embrace Momo Australia. You can check everywhere. You can Google it. Maybe in New Zealand they don't have. You know what I mean? What people does is once they open the Momo, Nepalese restaurant, they say Momo, they give the name of Momo and they start to put other product. But they are not consistent on their commitment.
So I think that brings back this. So the product itself. Product itself, what you are trying to say, product itself is not a leader, but what you're trying to
exactly. That's right.
Selling different. That's operational excellence. So you're trying to see those things. So Momo was already like even before you brought in Australia, Momo was already. But what I really upset about is like tandoori Momo you mentioned. That's a product leader, right? But the Momo steam Momo in general is not a product leader.
That's right.
But what you are like fresh dough, serving in all these flavors, so that's the operational excellence. So what I think,
different ingredients.
Different ingredients.
Like
And the other thing, what we are doing is we are fusioning the product like nobody did. Like macaroni Momo, that is Italian macaroni. With
same when I started mortgage broking. When I became a mortgage broker, I was not the only mortgage broker in the country, right? And you invent that product, so the service. So that was not the product leader. So all I relied on customer intimacy and operational excellence.
Exactly. So and then after like chocolate Momo, we introduced chocolate Momo. Who thinks that we sell chocolate Momo and make money? Nobody. But the promotional strategy, sometimes you have to come up with something different that people, chocolate Momo available every small. Whether people buy or not, we don't care. Maybe we don't sell one chocolate Momo, but wow, chocolate Momo. These things, people in mind, it comes like, every Momo is selling chocolate Momo. Maybe we don't sell that many tandoori Momo. We sell the steam Momo. I used to eat more steam Momo as well because I'm very health conscious. I used the steam Momo, right? You know what I mean? What I mean to say that is some of the product you have to introduce into the market to create the hype in the market.
Let's talk about a bit of marketing first. So basically, people get confused with marketing and sales. I think it's two different things.
Yeah, that's right. It's completely two different things.
So selling is selling a product, and marketing is about giving value to your customer. Right. Sometimes people think like marketing is sales and this is focused on sales. But if you don't give value to your customer, there's not going to be repeat sales. You can only cheat once, they say, And also, I'm also a marketing graduate,
Really?
Wow. I did my bachelor's in marketing with Noor, same uni. I did my MBA as well. And over the course, before I was like very, very excited about marketing, but now I've come to a stage in life after running my business for 14 years. I feel that, you really don't just focus on marketing, Actually, marketing happens, right? Actually, there's a saying, if there was no marketing people, this world would be a much happier place. Because the marketing been so polluted by marketers. They make you buy things that you don't need. They add cost to the product. They just try and make it sexy. But when you get the product, it's not that sexy. So I think for you to be successful in business, like money is not everything, right? I think you can consider yourself successful if you have a loyal customer, right?
Yeah, repeat customers.
Yeah. If the customer is coming back, then you're already successful.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
There's no point in just doing marketing, publicity, ad, everything, and bringing customer to your business, and they're going to come back.
That's right.
That means you have to do marketing every time. Like keep spending money. In my business, I don't spend any money in marketing. It's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
I help people find jobs. They get job, and they tell their brother, sister, mom, dad, everyone comes. So I know marketing is important, but the marketing has to happen.
Yeah.
The extra level of artificial marketing will not get you far ahead. That's what I think. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Marketing terminology is a very vague thing. You can't limited marketing on that perspective. You are talking about promotion thing. You went up to the promotion thing, right? Whatever you are saying now. Marketing, it stands for, when we used to study in marketing in the 2000, Philip Kotler, the very famous, and Philip Boyd, right? Marketing, now marketing definition has been changed over the time.
There's two levels of marketing, strategic marketing and functional marketing.
No. I'll tell you. Marketing is the mix of product, place, price, and promotion. Right? These things. Marketing is not only about the sales.
Add one more P.
No.
You know what is that?
Yeah, well, there are so many P's. I can add 10 P's, okay, if you want. Right? I did marketing, that's why I know.
Yeah.
Product development, product research, that's also part of marketing.
Yeah.
You can't say that, say for example, Cloud City, Cloud City is my business, right? If I create different product design is part of marketing. Okay, product development is a part of marketing. Research is a part of marketing. Marketing is a big term. That's why people do marketing, PhD, this and that. They do the PhD. They're very similar product. Marketing is a vague term. You can't limit it on that terminology. Sales is only one part of marketing. Sales means just to sell the product. But say for example, I sell this to someone else. Salesman did his job. But before sales, there are so many things happen. This logo designing a part of marketing. Product development is a part of marketing. Marketing is a vague terminology. You can't limit it on that perspective. No.
So that's what I meant. The marketing has to happen. It's a whole package.
Marketing is a whole package. Marketing is a holistic approach about the product. So if you think about product, marketing comes itself.
I also have my own conviction about marketing, and I regard marketing department very differently, and believe it or not, it's one of the highest earning professionals in the world at the moment. And if I were to teach my son about the business, I would start with marketing and
That's
sales.
right, Kiran. I appreciate that.
People always are confused about marketing, like your business and my business is okay, but if I want to take it to the next level, we definitely need the marketing. And then as you mentioned, the McDonald's burger is one of the most selling burgers in the world, but one of the healthiest burgers in the world is, I think, somewhere in Japan, Kobe burger. That product is not being sold as much as the McDonald's, and that's because of the marketing. And people always get confused with marketing. I think in my business, in any business, the only goal the marketing department has to bring the customer to your door. That's all. What happens thereafter?
That's not the business.
So the marketing job is to draw the attention of the people, and then let them know about your brand and bring it to the door.
Yes.
So once they come into the door, how you solve it's completely sales and all these things. Right? Sorry. And the marketing has got, I think, three. And everyone calls themselves, I'm the marketer, I'm the winner. And even in these days, I would say the digital marketer, like in the next 5 to 10 years of time, digital marketers will be the highly sought after position in Australia, in the world. So if you want to hire one digital marketer, you don't get them. So right now, and at the moment, governments are giving priority for the IT professionals in the permanent residency list. Digital marketers will be one of them. Take my word, in the next 5 to 10 years. But everyone calls themselves the marketer. But I think marketing has got three components. One is marketing. What marketing means? You've got the mass, media, and the messages. So you need to know what product you are selling. Mass means your audience. So that's what the research, market research is all about. Finding your right people. What they do, that's a buyer's persona. Like if you ask me what my typical visitors will be in the flower field, I know what time they wake up in the morning, what they do, how much they earn.
The psychology.
So I've got the persona written down. Same with the broking and same in other businesses. The second one is the message. What is the message that you want to communicate? So let's say if it was someone I don't know but in there could be something different, right? So the message, it's all about copywriting, ad, said, it's copywriting, ad writing, it's all about messages. And then which media you want to use? It's a television or the print media or it's a digital. So that's why in our
not only media, there is a media mix as well. How do you through the media?
People know how they call themselves. No, it's not. It's about mass media and mass messages, and then which media you're going to use. So that's why in our business we also have a dedicated digital marketing in-house, right? And we're still looking for a few more digital marketers. I think the marketing department has got a very important role. The only job they have is to bring the customer to the door. And what happens after that is a different department, and they need to function in the same manner so that they can deliver the promises the marketing people have made. And that's where your point comes in, that and then we're going to have the repeat businesses. And then when you have these existing customers referring one to another, and that is a kind of we call it a funnel, right? So it's a sales funnel, the marketing funnel, and then the funnel.
You can do marketing in two ways. You can either push or pull.
That's correct.
You can pull the customer by doing all these promotions.
That's right.
And you can push by using sales.
So that's what these days they call inbound marketing.
Right? So all the mortgage brokers are actually salespeople. Right. So that's where the relationship marketing comes into effect.
Exactly.
So you got to have the networking skills. You got to be diplomatic.
I'll give you one simple example. Yesterday, I communicated with my group, with my friends, with my support staffs and the brokers. Every day when you're having conversation with the clients, so most of our Nepalese clients, they might have someone suffering from COVID in Nepal, or might have lost someone, who they in the community, right? So, and I told them just because very careful about the frustration where they are coming from. Just even before you get into money discussion, ask them how you are doing. How is your family doing back home? How is your community doing back home? I mean, this is the conversation. That's it. So that's why the marketing message, there's a recency and frequency, right? It need to be recent. Why would Coca-Cola need to put that big poster? Why would McDonald's need when they're making billions of sales? But that means frequency is important, and also recency. The message, it needs to be very relevant. What is happening around the world? So you can't simply, can you please send me your documents back? They might be grieving, losing their close friend. So that's why the marketing is not only about selling the product, but also being with them, sharing their pain, right? And then showing the solidarity that I'm with you.
So if you have a shit product, and you do all this marketing, put all the makeup, you're not going to be successful.
No. You need to have a standard product. Not necessarily number one product, but the standard product. Say for example, I would compare with McDonald's and this what do you call Oporto. I like the Oporto more than McDonald's, and tasty, better, and all. But what I can see, the lack of marketing in Oporto than the McDonald's. So McDonald's use all their marketing strategy, everything possible they use it. Everything, product, price, place, promotion, decoration, investment, here, there, location. So you just named it, they do everything possible. They do everything. That's why they are very successful. Once you need a standard product, and then after how to penetrate in the market through different means, different way, then only you're successful. Not only product, you have a best product. The local burger shop make the best product than McDonald's. Why it's not selling?
And for our discussion today, we shouldn't be using McDonald's and Coca-Cola as an example, because we're talking about small business.
That's true.
Small business don't have that kind of budget. We are working on shoestring budget. Right. So we can't think about advertising. I think at the moment the best marketing is social media.
Yes, right, which is free. That's why I think the small businesses can learn from me was when I started social media, Facebook.
So you have a very big following.
11,000 plus. Not only TikTok, even Facebook. I started back in 2010 or around 2010.
Yeah.
And then the fan base we built is almost 11,000 plus.
Yeah.
And then it didn't. Even Facebook didn't know how to monetize Facebook, so they didn't even have that Facebook for business option.
Yeah.
But I used that channel, and I didn't. I've got this loan come, and I'm not going to say.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about educating the client, showing the sympathy, right? I'm more.
You're very good at marketing, to be honest.
Right. So lots of my Facebook posts are liked or read by even my fellow mortgage brokers.
Yeah.
So and I call that marketing, but they take that as a source of information, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I think marketing message is also very important. So which media you use is very important.
Yeah, Kiranji's message is very interesting. He's writing right off. It's very interesting.
What I would say.
The copy.
You're good at selling without selling.
Yeah, that's why I call myself
because
copywriter. I'm a good copywriter.
He's a very good copywriter. That's what he writes.
You're a building brand for yourself.
Yeah.
But you're not selling actually.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a full marketing strategy he's using. He's not pushing.
So that's why I also encourage small business operators, and just like me, they can use leverage this social media, and they all you just happen to mention like TikTok and other social media as well. It's low cost marketing, but you got to put effort. So just by opening a Facebook account is not going to get any.
I have seen a lot of Nepalese businesses. They haven't spent much money on the advertising. They're just using we can see the example. I can't name the brand. A lot of brand I can see Nepalese brand, especially real estate companies. They're just putting the photographs in there, live video, this and that. They are creating the customer from that way. They haven't spent, but slowly they are spending a little bit of money on advertising, forms of advertising. So far, I haven't spent that much of money on advertising. We are social media, we are pushing, all these things we are doing. But what's happening now is too much messages are coming in social media as well. Facebook, everybody is sharing. People don't have that much of interest anymore on these things. So if you come up something different, like recently we made one video, that video is viewed by 17,000 people. And then after again we share, people want to watch that one. You have to come up with some different other concepts. So that one. So
and one of the bad things about marketing is that it's very hard to track the effectiveness.
Yeah,
like you spend so much money in advertising, you put the ad in different media, and then you don't know where the inquiry is coming from.
Yeah, that's right.
For that, you have to do the marketing research, the advertising research. You make the questionnaire in a sort of format that where did you get the information? You have to do the research for that. Without doing research, you can't find it out.
That kind of strategy can only use a big company.
I know.
Businesses like
small businesses,
they don't use advertising.
I think they can afford to do the digital marketing. And I'm a very big fan of digital marketing, and then it can actually pinpoint if you know who your potential customers are. You can solve your ad by using appropriate. If I'm targeting engineers and IT professionals, why should I be posting my contents on Facebook? I should be targeting on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'm looking for maybe young crowd or like age group,
target group, you have to think about target group. What target group is it?
I think
the business is all about a target.
For me, for every Momo, there is no target group. Everybody is Momo. For flowers, I have to be careful because I never spend a single dollar for Nepalese, advertising platform for Flower City because I don't have any customer.
The other thing is also the timing. Like it's not about the target group. You need to, that's why I always like to call buyer persona. Who is your typical buyer? Let's say if I have done last month, if I have helped 10 clients, who is the best client I want to be helping again and again? Okay, I'll pick one. I'll go and invite him for lunch or dinner, and I listen to him. What do you do? What do you do on weekends? What time do you wake up? What are your hobbies? And all these things, right? And then you can just write, okay, like Mr. A, he's a buyer, like he's my typical buyer. He works in this, owns blah blah blah, does this.
That's where the branding
and then if they are going back home at by train at 5 o'clock, then you post your Facebook message at that time. So you don't post in the morning, right? So once you know, then once you can of course, like I've got lots of other clients too, but who is the typical client I want to be dealing with again and again, and who is the typical client I want to have hundreds of them. So I think you need to pinpoint one of your buyer persona and then build on that. I even have a name for that particular buyer persona.
Kiranji, you come up with the research. That's the research. Whatever you're saying, it's a part of the business.
I mean, it's like
to know your
real want to associate with your business. If they can relate to you, like for example, I have friends who think going to McDonald's is embarrassing. They only go to cafes. Similarly, for any restaurant as well, there's always, you might say everyone is Momo, everyone's my customer. you can segment that customer.
Yeah, you can even pinpoint. You can even. So who is the best customer who comes there, spends more money, and then goes without any.
So
gives a 5-star rating. So you will have hundreds of them, thousands of them.
Yeah. So you can't have customers coming to a fast food for wedding reception.
Yeah.
You know, or for dating. You know.
Yeah.
So if I take my girlfriend to a fast food, like, it would be so embarrassing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I don't have a girlfriend. My wife.
Yeah. Wife is a girlfriend. You can say.
So that's why I think, you know, you can always segment your customer. And then brand accordingly, right? That any
brand personality, you have to create the brand personality. Say for example, I drive BMW, he drives Porsche, right? So that's a personality, right? That's a personality. Somebody is driving Toyota, that's his personality. Some people are very, very rich, they don't want to spend a penny for the car, they drive $2,000 car. Some people are okay, still they drive their personality. What's your personality is? You know, what sort of product you use, what sort of brand you use, right? So different people have different perception, isn't it? So you have to find out the personality, brand personality. What is your brand personality? What sort of sword you wear? What sort of tie you wear? What sort of shoes you like? You know what I mean? So you have to find out the exact target group. That is called target group. And in marketing, there is a niche marketing as well. You have a certain group, the niche market. So if your product is targeting on the niche market, you don't need to go anywhere. Just find out them. That's all. If you want to sell postcard, just find the millionaires.
That's what you're doing. The niche market is Nepali customers.
For example, just look at the Lamborghini, right? So if you take Lamborghini as an example, have you ever seen the advertisement on TV? No. If you ask the CEO, why don't you advertise on TV? Because those people who watch TV, they don't buy Lamborghini, right? That's what he clearly mentioned that, right?
Exactly. That's a wastage of money if they do the advertising. But they do different things.
So I mean, and he's very blunt on his marketing message, and that's where the lesson, small businesses should be learning from.
Like Lamborghini is not selling a car; they're selling exclusivity.
Exactly.
Because there's a waiting list. But why do we need to go do marketing?
They want to be.
I've read one book about diamond. Why diamond cost became very, very high. Diamond ring. Who wanted to sell the diamond? First of all, they did like they positioning that product for the wedding, big people wedding, and they started the diamond. Start to sell on the rich people, right? And they had a lot of stock, but still they did not release that many stock. If you have a lot of stock, you can't say that's an antique item. That you can't say. Like if you got diamond everywhere, you won't get value. That's what they do. Like it's a big brand, like big brand, like we call it Lamborghini, we call it so many Ferrari or this thing. They don't create that many. They just make it limited, saying that is very special. You have to wait for 1 year or 2 years to get that product. So they got a value on that one. Jeff Bezos, the $45 million is spending for the clock. That clock click one time in a year. His hobby. You know what I mean?
Santosh, I'm sure you also must have faced a lot of challenges when you started the business initially. Can you just tell us briefly, what were the challenges?
So do I tell about Australia or back to
Australia?
Australia, okay.
Maybe just tell us about Momo challenges.
First of all, Momo challenge is our concept itself a challenge. Right? We are trying to sell Momo in Australia, where 100,000 Nepalese people surround around all over Australia, and very limited people here. The limited people, Momo they are not consuming every day, right? And wherever we are opening our store, there is not many Nepalese. That is the number one challenge, right? Our concept itself a challenge. We took the challenge. Number two, we are selling only Momo, right? The second challenge, only Momo, because we are losing a lot of customer. A lot of customer. If we sold there other Nepalese dishes, we'll invite so many people. This challenge, these two challenges, right? And about other challenges, I don't think so that many other challenges. These two challenges is killing us actually. So investment was not the challenge because I already established on the business. I had enough money to start the business, so concept itself a challenge. And initially it was very hard. Not like now. Now we can find anywhere there is a lease. It was very hard to get the lease. Lease very hard to get the lease because at that time we were targeting a particular area. That particular area was not available, and the nature of our product, we could not invest a lot of money on that business. We had to start from a limited budget, a limited amount.
how about staffing? Like, we talked a lot about marketing.
Yeah.
Staffing is also a big challenge, isn't it? Like, it's very hard to find
staffing
good
is
staff.
very challenging now. Staffing
And loyal, hardworking people, hard to find.
That's right. Again, as I said, like you don't recruit.
Especially when you are a small business, a lot of staff use you as a breeding ground.
Yeah, I think the way I
they
look
learn everything and then they go and they start by themselves. Or they go and work for a company.
That's always the case. So you can't control those things, right? So I think the way I look at it is like just like we have the marketing funnel. So if you got one business, so I dedicate myself like in 3 different blocks. In the morning, I always focus myself in marketing. Even though I get enough businesses, I don't stop marketing. So I need to focus on that. So you always got to have marketing funnel so that it's continuously coming. The full lead is coming to your business and you can serve them. Just like you have like the marketing funnel, you also need to have the recruitment funnel.
Yes.
So you don't recruit people only when you need it, right?
Sorry, I just want to interrupt here. We are not talking about the big funnel. We're talking about very small business.
Even it's just like funnel doesn't apply to the big business, right?
You're talking very high level, I think.
Like even if you got 2-3 staff, so if one staff leaves and you have to train all over again, so that's not right.
So
you need to have a plan. So you need to always have someone being trained because you know that person is going to leave you one day because no one is going to be here forever. And you have seen that again and again, and if you are not learning the lesson,
I think that's a basic. I think that's a basic. Everybody does that.
I think we've had a very heated discussion. Like so many things we've discussed. It was so interesting. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
I think we should do this often. Maybe we should come back and do another. So we have definitely given a lot of thoughts, things to analyze and basically use in their own business to our audience. Marketing is really important, staffing important, money is important, everything is important, and your hard work is most important, I think. Right?
Definitely.
So with that note, probably we'll end the program today, and definitely we should catch up again and have another debate.
Anytime.
Right?
Definitely. Thank you very much for this.
But next time we won't be together. Kiran is not giving chance me to talk. I'm not giving chance me to talk.
No, I think it was quite balanced. That's all, guys. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time with another topic. Bye.